Howdy everyone, today I'm doing a follow-up video for the LG V10 ZeroLemon extended battery, and I'm going to be showing kind of the usage I'm getting from it and how well it's worked for me, as well as some stats that I have in the settings for it. So first I want to start off by saying that I do not have a SIM card in this phone. This is one of two phones that I own, and my SIM card is currently my another phone. So I wasn't able to test how the battery works with cell data and cell usage and web browsing with cell data. But I did turn on the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, sync, and location, and kept the battery at a constant 80%, or the brightness at a constant 80% to test it. So we go into the settings, and I want to say that I do have the game optimizer on. I apologize, I didn't know that that was on until recently, so I'm not sure how much that affects the battery or helps it last longer, but I did have this on. So here's the graph, and each one of these columns with the lines represents 1 hour of time. When I first unplugged the phone, it was at 100%. I charged it fully, 100%, and I kept it for about 3.5 hours without using it, just in my backpack with the screen off. And it pretty much stayed at 100%. It might have gone down to about 99%, but it's a very, very minimal decrease. So standby time with this battery is fantastic. You won't have to worry. It will last probably weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks maybe, if you don't even touch it. At this time, this is when I started testing with the YouTube video. I streamed a YouTube video at 720p at the 80% brightness that you see here. It was a 10-hour loop video, and I kept it running in the background. I stopped it around this area right here, and I started playing about an hour of video games just to give it, something different to do. But as soon as I was done, I put it back on the YouTube video. The decrease is pretty linear, so I think my phone is pretty well adjusted to this battery by now. And a total of 12 hours and 12 minutes is what I've gotten on this battery today alone, which is very good. I've got about an hour and a half left, and in the last 3 hours I've used about 30% of my battery. So here are some details that we have. Screen on time, I've got about 9 hours and 12 minutes of screen on time, which is amazing. With the original battery, I was getting about 3 hours, 3.5 hours on a really good day. So this easily triples it, which is what I would expect for 9,000 milliamp hours. But I know screen on time isn't everything, so I'll show you some other things that I have as well. This is the Android system, some CPU total and foreground, the keep awake, and the GPS. I'm not entirely sure how these affect the battery as much as I do the screen on time, but for those that do know, I wanted to show you this so maybe you can get a better idea of how this battery reacts to certain tests and certain usage. YouTube, it says 3 hours and 32 minutes, but I promise you guys that I have been streaming videos for at least 7.5 hours on this phone, and that's why the screen, that's what I did to test the screen brightness and to see how long the screen could be on. So I guess I didn't use a lot of my CPU, but I did use YouTube for the last 7 hours. And then here we have Media Server and the Android OS for those that are interested. So this is the second time I've run this test. I did this test a few days back, and I have some screenshots from back then. So after using the phone for 5 hours and 25 minutes the other day, I got 75% battery left, and I had screen on time of 4 hours and 16 minutes, which is really good. It's better than what I got today, but the brightness was at 70% when I ran this test. It wasn't at 80%, but I did have everything else on. I'm not sure why it was doing so much better during this time, but it was getting me phenomenal battery life. But either way, whether it's this one that's more accurate or the one that I have right now while I'm filming this video, those are some crazy times I'm getting, and I'm very impressed with this battery life. But I'm still going to be returning this ZeroLemon extended battery for the reason that this case is just too flimsy. I just don't trust it in my phone, and I don't trust that it's going to protect my phone if I drop it. With this battery, it does increase the weight quite a bit, so falls will be heavier, they'll do more damage, you're going to have a greater force of impact whenever you drop your phone. and I just don't feel like this will be able to protect my phone from such a strong impact, even from like maybe a 5-foot drop, 6-foot drop. I'm not testing it though, but I just don't feel confident that this will protect my phone. If you see here, if I swipe to the side of the edge of the screen, it just falls over. It just goes with my thumb. It's very flimsy. There's no grip to it. It doesn't stay latched onto the phone. And there's nothing between this and the back panel of my phone. So dust can get back there, sand can get back there, a lot of debris can get back there, just lint from your pocket. And I'm sure that might not affect some phones, it might not even do much, but just the fact that you're getting a bunch of gunk and just things in the back of your phone, I don't like that idea. So personally for me, this case just isn't cutting it. And unfortunately, this is the only case you can get with a ZeroLemon battery. And because it's the only case, I have to take that into consideration, because this is going to be the only protection I get with this phone. So with this case alone, I just can't handle it. I'm going to have to return it. I've seen other ZeroLemon videos online, and their cases look much more rugged, much more grippy, like they're snapped on. They seem more sturdy and just thicker instead of being so soft. So I'm not sure if this is just for their V10 cases or other cases, but I can't speak for the V10 when I say that this is an extremely flimsy case and it will not protect your phone that well. There's a lot of reviews on Amazon that also say the same thing, but I want to test it out for myself, and now I see what they're talking about. But if you want this just for battery life, and if you're okay with this and you feel like you're not going to drop your phone, you're not going to put it through sand, you're not going to take it to the beach and things like that, then by all means, I highly recommend this battery. It will last you a long time. The screen has been on for pretty much over 9 hours straight, and I've got 15% battery left. That's amazing to me, and kudos to ZeroLemon for making an amazing extended battery. Just next time, I hope they do a little more work on the case. So I will be returning this phone. If you guys have any questions for me before I return it, please let me know. Put a comment down below or send me a message, and I'll see if I can run some more tests on it if you have any questions or if there's anything specific you want me to try. Just let me know. And until then, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate everyone that's been watching my videos, and hope to hear back from you soon.